Obviously, if you dwell on the positives, it was unbelievable pitching for us. If you dwell on the negatives, we didn't swing the bats very well at all today. But, we found a way to win the close one. And at the end of the day, this guy sitting next to me, Tyler Pitzer, rose to the occasion, gave us a chance to win. Sweeney made it interesting, as he typically does, but then got the last out before they tied the game, which is what closers are supposed to do. So we won the ball game, and we're going to go ahead and take it home, and before somebody can take it away from us.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I'll go ahead. When you get into that jam there with 2 runners on, and then you guys intentionally walk their 3-hole hitter, what's kind of the mindset going into that next at bat where you got the strikeout to end the rally, or the threat, I should say?
It's not really any different than it normally is, like in any normal inning. I just try not to make too much of it, just because if I do that, then it's going to go the other way than it did. Just execute my pitches to the best of my ability and do what I can to get out of the inning.
And Tyler, some of the early results probably weren't exactly what you were looking for early in the season. Did you make any kind of adjustment, or was it just a matter of executing a little bit better?
Well, I think it was mainly execution. Kind of working back, it was slower than I expected. But mainly focus for me was just throwing strikes and just getting all my pitches back.
With the guys that threw before and after you, how'd you feel like their stuff looked as well as yours, throughout this outing?
I thought everyone's stuff looked good. I know Skew didn't have the outing he wanted, but I thought he battled through it really well and had the stuff in general. Susie, again, he looked really well tonight. And then again, Sweeney at the end, he looked really good too.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Tyler.
This guy's an extremely valuable player on our team. There's no doubt about it. Love him.
Questions, Coach? Jack, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. With Talmadge, you put him back behind the plate today. What led you to that decision? Was it just the thumb feeling a little bit better, or anything like that?
Well, the thumb is feeling better. I mean, he still has a fracture in there, and there's going to be days when it's really sore. It was all swollen. He couldn't even grip a bat. That's why he missed 5 games. But it's progressively gotten better every day, and today was the best it's felt. Yet he took batting practice yesterday. We were going to wait until Wednesday, but it was ahead of schedule as far as how good he felt. And the trainer left it up to him. The doctors have left it up to him. I preferred that he get 2 games before we open up the SEC schedule. It's a hard game to play if you don't play it more, if you don't play it frequently, it's really difficult. So I thought getting 2 games in would be good for him before we played Oklahoma, if he was capable of doing it.
Yeah, what made Tyler so good today, and have you seen any difference in him the last couple of outings versus the first few?
I think the only real subpar outing he had, John, was the opening day when he walked the 3 batters in a row. I mean, nobody's perfect. These these other outings have not been. Some of them haven't been perfect, but he's found a way to get through them for the most part. Or he's pitched 2 good innings and maybe struggled in the 3rd inning type of situation. But today he was dialed in, and he was getting his breaking ball over, and he was getting his fastball over when he threw it, and he was awesome. We brought him in. Susie did a great job, and I had to make the decision whether to send Susie out for a 3rd inning because he pitched us out of that one jam, and he did a great job. But I knew we were facing the heart of their order that next inning. What was that, the 6th inning? Yeah, and starting with Thomas, who's their big home run hitter, and I just thought the Pitzer stuff, I almost treated that inning like it was a save inning, of the game, with going through the heart of their order. Dutton and German, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, right? Boy, that kid played an unbelievable series against us in left field and at the plate. And I know he hits right-handers really good, but I think Pitzer's stuff was a good challenge for him. So he got us through that inning, and I felt good about it. But I didn't know if we were going to need Sweeney for like a 2-inning save or have to have a bridge between him and between Pitzer and Sweeney with either Garino or Palmer, I had them both ready out there. But Pitzer was pitching so well, I just decided to stay with him and get the third inning out of him, which allowed us to only have to use Sweeney for one inning, which makes him more effective.
Didn't get a ton of length out of your rotation this weekend with Dylan only making it into the fourth before you took him out. Does that concern you at all in any way?
Not really. We're going to have to look at what we're going to do on Friday, and then Saturday's game. We were up 12-1 after 3 innings, and I just think that long inning affected Jake. Not only did we score 7 runs, but remember their pitcher was hurt and they didn't have anybody warming up, so it took that extra long time. I tried to convince him to go out and play some catch during that time, but he didn't want to. I just think he got, in his words, I got lazy. He just lost his focus, which is easy to understand. So they got to him a little bit, but, the first 3 innings, Jake McCoy was phenomenal, and I think he would have continued to pitch that way had we not had that long inning and the game beat score 12-1. Today I was, Eskew is Eskew. He's just going to battle you to the end, but he just walked too many leadoff hitters. He gave 5 free passes in 3+ innings, 4 walks and a hit batter. And, but to his credit, he never gives up. He just keeps battling. And, but then I just thought it was time to get a new arm in there that could throw the ball over the plate with more consistency and a different look.
Yeah, as you mentioned, baseball's a funny game, but what do you take away from, having one run on a Sunday?
Yeah, well, we didn't swing the bats at all very well. So Monty and I talked about it a little bit after the game that maybe we need to adjust our pregame routine. If the kids are a little bit tired, maybe we're taking too much batting practice before the game. We'll figure it out. But our bats just seem slow today, and their kids didn't have good numbers coming in, so I thought we were going to bang them around, but it wasn't. I won't say it was a terrible hitter's day, but obviously it was different than yesterday. The wind was blowing in, and it was a little more chilly, and after a couple of days, you lose your focus a little bit, a little bit of that edge, and the kid was running his sinker in on our right-handed hitter's hands. I'll give him credit for that. And then he dropped that little breaking ball in there when he wanted to. So we just didn't have a lot of good swings. We all hit 2 balls hard the whole day. The ball that JC got a base hit on, and then we didn't execute a hit and run. And then Scobie crushed that ball in the 9th inning. That left fielder made an unbelievable play to save at least 2 runs. Who knows what would have happened after that. But, yeah, hitting comes and goes some days. Played errorless, though. At least you don't have to ask me about that.
Yeah, what'd you think
I
of
told our infielders, by the way, before the game, I said, please tell me we're going to play an errorless game so I don't have to answer a question about our defense in the press conference today.
Yeah, I guess sticking with the defense then, Jordan was the starter for 2 of those big double plays there that got you guys out of some jams.
Yeah.
What have you seen, not just from his defense, but overall today? Kazmar made a great play out there. What'd you think?
Yeah, that double play got us out of the inning. That was huge. When that was when Susie was in the game, right? We got out of that jam, bases loaded, nobody out. First guy popped up, right?
Yeah.
And then we got the double play ball. Yeah, Jordan Carrion's just playing so well. I'm just so happy for him and proud of him. I talked about him enough, about the quality of the person. And, I think he's really given our team a lift with his defense. He put a perfect bunt down today. He got a base hit. He's just playing really inspired baseball.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers in front of me right this second, but Thomas, their 3-hole hitter, came in top 5 or 6 in the country in several offensive categories, and y'all were able to handle him pretty well, I think, over the course of the weekend. How important was that, and how much focus was on him for you guys from a scouting standpoint coming into this?
A lot of focus on him. Yeah, his numbers, coming in, he had 7 home runs, 25 RBIs, which was way more than anybody else on their team. And until he got a couple of singles yesterday in his last couple of at-bats, we had him over the first game and a half. And then today he was over. So our pitchers really did a tremendous job on him. There was a lot of focus on him. And, he's an aggressive hitter and good player all around. And, that was key in us winning the 3 games was being able to shut him down. But their whole lineup was a little bit scary. I mentioned that German kid. My goodness, he had 2 home runs yesterday, got another hit today, made that great catch last night on Blake Jackson's ball. And then today he made that catch. I don't know how he caught that ball. I thought the ball was past him. So, they're scrappy and hard-nosed, and, the game of baseball is like that. Anybody can step up and play good. You got to play to win. Nobody hands you anything.
Yeah, and
My wife's calling me, but it's okay.
I didn't hear the Godfather music.
I know, I got it on the silent today. She's home, I know that.
Spring break this week, so as far as I know, you can do whatever you want from a practice standpoint.
Actually, no, we have to still give them a day off.
Or
Yeah.
at least from an hours standpoint, I think y'all can
Yeah.
go pretty much whenever. But
I'm not.
is it going to be kind of a typical week for you
I'm
guys,
not gonna
or
deviate away from what we do? Sure. Yeah. No. The last thing I want to do is, oh my gosh, it's SEC time. Let's change everything we're doing. That wouldn't be very wise of me, I don't think. The practices will be what we've always done, and we'll get them ready and keep them loose and hopefully meet the challenge. But we still got a game. You know me. I'm not looking ahead of beyond Georgia State. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys.